e-gaming bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first deposit bonus. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
Hello everybody and welcome to your coverage of the DotaPit Season 4 by G2A. I'm Toby1 and we're going to get ourselves inside the game. As I realized I was echoing, I forgot to turn something up before we actually started that. But hey, it happens, and now I can welcome in my co-caster, Ryu. I'm late tonight. We didn't get as much of the early part of the draft as we normally do. I'm sorry, I failed, obviously.
It's okay. This game still matters a lot to both teams. So as long as we both know where they stand, we talked about it a little bit at length last night, where they both desperately need to have a 2-0. And if neither of them get it, then they're kind of both out. So
10 seconds remaining.
We're just going to have to see who shows up. And if both teams show up, maybe they're both out. If they both go 1-1.
That's a possibility. It is a distinct possibility. I know there's something I'm really hoping will happen though. With the way so if you guys don't know about this, you can head yourself over to DotaPit.com and you can see all the details for it, or Tornado..com. Both places are available. So with the grid position, Tornado.Rox, this is now their 4th game, so they can achieve a maximum of 12 points. This will put them in front of Team Empire. This is Team Liquid's last game, and they can achieve a maximum of 9 points. So even if Team Liquid won this, or Rox, I should say, won this, they still have a chance where they can beat Team Empire and qualify for the LAN finals. Because they have the last game. They have the last game up against Hellraisers, who do not have a chance anymore of making the LAN finals. So
yeah,
yes.
Team Empire's new logo is like screwing me up. Screw them. Oh man. Do you like the new logo?
Team Liquid,
yeah, I like their old one, honestly. I was really sad they changed it. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I give little cares to the logo change. I care as much about that as I do the Na'Vi roster.
Hey, they have a chance at a tournament for qualifier LAN now, Toby. Come on.
They really do. They really do. They game up against 99%. All they gotta do is 2-0 it, and Vega needs to take 1 game off London Conspiracy, and Na'Vi will then qualify. Or London Conspiracy take 2 games off Vega, and then all of a sudden they're into a best-of-3 tiebreaker. Which is the way we sort this out. So, if this could go the way, potentially it could go, Team Liquid would 2-0 this. They are the favorites to win this game, obviously because it is Team Liquid. So if they do that, they'll draw with Team Empire. Just freaking bring the grid up. Why am I not even using this? I've got resources that I'm not utilizing.
You got a grid?
Yeah,
oh
yeah. Here it is. So yeah. So this is what we're looking at right now. So as we said, you get 3 points for a 2-0. So Team Liquid will go up to 9 points. That would actually mean if Tornado.Rox in their final game up against Hellraisers, 2-0 that one, we have a 3-way tie in this European grid. If Rox lose 1 game to Hellraisers in that one, and if they get 2-0 now, then we will be looking at a a two-way tie between Empire as well as Liquid, which will be decided in a best of 3. So that's what we've come down to.
Let's just hope for the 3-way tie. Let's do it. Let's keep on going. DotaPit never stops.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know how Toby wants to cast infinite
Reserve
games.
time.
I mean,
Remember all the, the hardest part about like 3-way ties is it keeps on happening again and again, where you have these best of ones and then nobody wants to win. Everybody just wants to 1-1.
Can you quickly also amplify your microphone? Sorry, it is that thing. I don't know why, but it seems you're a little quieter. I'm in a different studio tonight than what I normally am. And
all right,
the
how about
settings
this? Is this good?
more.
Is this better?
More.
Oh Jesus, Toby, hold on. Gonna have to go in.
I didn't even hear a change.
That's all right.
You're like, it's like, is this working? No. Is this working? No.
All right, what about now?
No. Okay, too much. Now you're just distorting your own microphone.
All right, what about now?
Yeah, that sounds a bit better. Let's go with that. Is it really that bad, guys? It can't be that bad.
Is it distortion?
No,
thing,
now you've just dropped yourself down. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. I'm gonna switch us to the grid for a moment.
Because I turn it up a little bit more, but yeah, if I microphone boost myself too much, then you have the distortion coming on my end. So.
I'm modifying you manually. I am gonna do this. I'm then gonna jump into that. I'm gonna make sure that's right, and then that's right, and for some... Holy crap, why is it down there? Okay, try and talk again.
Hey, sexy.
Ah!
Oh, what the... I even heard that. Oh, my God.
Yup! I'm sorry, everyone. I just destroyed every single person's ears.
I even heard that.
Yeah, and you can imagine how loud that was when I'm using in-ears.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That's gonna...
Inner ears. You don't like microphone? Or not headset?
It looks a little clunky in a studio.
Oh, right.
Reserve time.
Anyway, you guys brought that upon yourself with the audio changes. I think now I'm actually way too fucking loud. How is it even doing that? I would have to reroute my audio through...
See, this is the problem I have with DOTA too. It's just totally different when I cast with him, and then when I cast with you, and then Cap, I have to lower myself or higher myself, and then with DOTA I have to. Yeah, it's really weird.
I'm just tweaking some things as I throw it back to the grid again.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, so hopefully that'll balance
Reserve
this out,
time.
and we'll be wonderfully balanced for the rest of the bloody game. Alright, let's talk about the draft, because we've completely ignored that for this entire time. Thoughts, quickly, before it's over?
I'll just give a roundabout here. Team Liquid picking up Tide last. This is looking like Nature's Prophet jungle now. So they're going to try and get away with a lot of greed. This is really nice. They try to pick the Broodmother to counteract the Nature's Prophet, in which case now they're just going to send the Nature's Prophet in the jungle. And then you also have on the other side, Roxkiss got heavy dominating lanes. Spirit Breaker is going to be roaming around, try to get a lot of kills on the Invoker mid lane. We need to pick up a carry last here. The Morphling Band was pretty nice because it can counteract all of Team Liquid. They don't really have that many silences to deal with the Morphling. And last pick here, probably...
Reserve time.
Anti-Mage isn't that bad since they can make a lot of space but with the Broodmother, but I would rather see... I don't want to see Slark necessarily, but it's just popping out of me. Okay, well, they've got the big guns. Good AoE here, finishing it off. Good team fighter, so they can get really far ahead early for Roxkiss if they can make these ganks with the Spirit Breaker work. Obviously, they have not superior laning phase, but DP versus Invoker should be really good. Gyrocopter can zone out the Tide off lane really well. And, yep.
That's why I'm wondering if Team Liquid tries to do something different, where you run the Juggernaut Oracle duel off, put the Tide up against the Broodmother. You can always bring the Nature's Prophet in to help out. because this is a jungle profit from Team Liquid. Of course, it's Team Liquid. Of course, we're running an extra jungle Talon hero. And then the Invoker mid. You shouldn't have too many problems up against BZZ's Death Prophet.
10 seconds.
I know, I'm
remaining.
liking Liquid's laning a little bit more. They've got a there's definitely a lot of room to screw up, but they're running a jungle hero. They're running a jungle prophet. They're gonna get so much out of this map, and it's up to Rox to punish it early on. So I'm looking for the Spirit Breaker and the Witch Doctor's movements, see which lanes they really have a higher impact on.
Yeah, I want to see, like you said, the early game stage. If they put Brood versus Tide, and then it'll be favorable for Liquid, because then your Juggernaut might not get as much CS as he wants to, but you still have the global presence of the Furion and him TPing in with the Invoker Sunstrikes coming over onto sprouted targets. So Roxkiss could be in a world of hurt if they don't, if they overextend. And here we go. Finally, no more pauses. Let's go.
I'm down for that. And already they're trying to control up that bottom lane. Iron Man's going to be the first one to TP down. He comes with very little, and they actually won't see each other yet. Okay, I think he caught a glimpse. Yeah, Iron Man's going to run through. He saw Jirax moving over. They both get to see each other. I'm interested to see what Iron Man assumes from this position, though. Because Jirax is still carrying one Observer Ward on him. And this should have been scattered out. So Iron Man may not think that there's an Observer Ward sitting on that inside the Radiant jungle yet.
Creep. Give me.
First CS. First CS. Spirit Breaker wins. 7 experience all round.
I wonder if they will ever nerf or buff, Furion. Like they nerfed the Tombstone, with the spawns a long time ago, not giving EXP. I wonder if they're ever, since Nature's Prophet is really strong in this patch, if they'll eventually buff up the cost of the Nature's Call for the bounty, as well as the EXP coming in. But we'll see. Shenanigans stop.
It's just Ghostix trying to get a steal over on the rune. There's not a lot that Liquid can do against that unless they stand directly on top of the rune, which is what ended up happening, because Ghostix will then just attack the Invoker and not pick up the rune. So that's what happens. Invoker and Death Prophet, they're the ones to take it. And we get ourselves underway. It will be the Tide versus the Broodmother, so the lane switch up like I thought was going to happen ended up happening. And this is just going to be a little too easy for Liquid in my mind. Surprisingly, though, I don't know if you flagged that one while I was checking some other things, but Kuro went for the Ring of Basilius first as opposed to the Iron Talon. I'm a little surprised at that.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for a Null Talisman either, because this does add a lot of pushing power when you're going around. It also helps buff up your trees a lot when you're jungling. But when you want the Null Talisman for just last hitting and then TPing into team fights, you do so much more work. But this is just a strategy you want to do when you have where you're going to be jungling a lot of the time and you don't want to have to waste a ton of clarities. So he does have 2 in this sense, and I'm just looking at the top lane, right? Ghostic is just completely getting shut down right now, and it could say the same thing for Matumba Man here, and he might have to go the Iron Town we were talking about.
Yeah, but it's fine for him as long as the Nature's Prophet balances out the income. Because Kuro is always that space creator, which the Juggernaut can then... Yeah, he can Iron Talon inside the jungle, farm up nice and easy. And the fact you've got this secondary option on the bot lane. This is Liquid just making the most out of the map, and it seems to be something that Liquid keeps turning to time and time again with their drafts, where they try and utilize the jungle, they utilize those camps in the bottom lane when they play Dire Side, or basically the side camps when they play the off lane, and then just get really strong matchups. And that's exactly what Mind Control is getting. Ghostix is being a little bit, those spiders are always getting a little too close to the Anchor Smash, and it's giving free money to Mind Control. Not to mention experience, he's 3.5 levels now.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is he started off with 2 mangoes. You can't even harass him if you wanted to.
Ooh, bottom lane. That should be first blood. Matumberman. Yep, they can reach him with the Gyrocopter last attack.
First blood! Now that's how it's done!
it's just really hard to stay in this bottom lane. You just get charged and then you get run down because they have boots, and they also have boots gyro as well as the poison orb. So this is a really good game. We saw the Spirit Breaker yesterday not go for an Orb of Venom, which is a big mistake. You just want to constantly chase down people, and then hopefully you'll get these lucky bashes. But
I'm wondering if Liquid can even rotate their lanes now, because you want to take the Juggernaut up to the top lane. You're up against a Broodmother who's got a fair chunk of farm and about to get a Soul Ring. So the Juggernaut standing on this lane is pretty impossible. Because like you could think like the thing where you push the Tide to the off lane would be the normal like movement, and then you bring the guy who needs most mana farm to the top lane to farm up and catch up.
I think you can do that play once he gets the arcane boots. You just TP down with the dust on the Juggernaut. You dust spin and then kill him. You can also wait till you're level 6 on the Tide. And yeah, you definitely want to just wait until Tide gets some levels though, and his arcane boots. You don't want to rotate too soon. I mean, him going bottom lane is pretty good here too, because the lane was pushed and they're constantly pressuring. So he's still getting levels, and he has 10 CS right now. So Matama Man's still not doing that bad in this situation.
Yeah. My concern is just if he gets put up against the Broodmother. Like, I don't think there's any real problems for the Tide on the offlane. It's just what happens up against that Brood.
I think he can still die though in the bottom lane very easily against the Gyrocopter with the Rocket Barrage, and then you also have the cast, and as well as the Spirit Breaker constantly running you down.
I just see there's an opportunity for a rotation. Now you get that level 6 over on Kuro, you bring in Wrath of Nature, you throw out your Ravage, so anytime Rox feels like they could get the kill, instantly Liquid get the counter initiation.
Yeah, it is about the counter initiation with the Nature's Prophet and the Invoker. And we haven't touched at all in the mid lane here, so DP isn't winning out. It's the Invoker here, Fada, doing a really good job. I've been watching him constantly, harassing a lot with his Forge Spirits, and he's just winning out on the CS and dominating the lane.
Jirax, support, the Sunstrike, man, that combo was just a little too easy to do. Fortune's until he gets locked in position, then you let that level 3 Sunstrike go. Charger coming in from Yol, chasing up after Jirax, but you've still got a big army of Treants here, so the Rocket Barrage doesn't really do that much from Tron. And Team Liquid just take the kill and they get out scot-free.
That's what we're talking about. The global presence is always there. You have to be very worried. And then this is just going so well for Fada in the mid lane. He's not getting shut down. He's not getting Spirit Breaker charge. So he just has free reign to do whatever he wants. And I don't know, maybe Yol wants to rotate and could have rotated a little bit earlier and put some pressure on him. But at this stage of the game, it's kind of too late. 5 minutes in, Invoker's already level 6. And what is their next move here for Rox? I do think they're not on a timer per se, but you definitely want to get aggressive with your lineup here. Rocket Barrage, you also have the Flak Cannon, and I guess it's going to be Gyrocopter getting the level 6 is when they're going to start putting a lot of the momentum. BZZ needs to be very careful not to feed over too many kills, because we already got the Jerax roaming around. Where is he going?
Not certain. Waiting for BZZ to go make a play for the rune. Fortune's End's going to connect. Fada's going to instantly follow up with the Sunstrike, and Kuro straight up TP, lock him inside the Sprout. BZZ is a very dead Death Prophet. And they even get an extra rune. They now even get the Arcane rune in the top river. So this kind of combo is so dirty, because it's like, how can you even escape once you get hit by Fortune's End? Like, does Rockets even have an ability to help you out then? It doesn't look like it.
You just stand on top of him. Honestly, the Spirit Breaker is very tanky, so he's kind of the one that needs to be coming in and maybe charging and disrupting the flow, because she could have eaten a Tango and run away, but yeah, the combo is so, like you said, dirty. Purifying Flames, you can keep spamming it out, and then the Sunstrike on top of it, it's just too easy to get kills.
The big advantage for Rockets is still how much that Broodmother has managed to achieve. Like, the fact that Go6 is able to creep skip, he's building into that Orchid. His timing doesn't look too bad for it. Like, the Orchid's not going to be great up against heroes like the Tidehunter, but he can take out that Oracle. He can stop that that spam save from the Oracle. And I'm wondering too then if Oracle, like, because you look at Jirax, like Jirax has no stable net worth. It's all consumables, 2 sentries and 7 tango charges. There's not even boots on this guy.
Yeah, anyone who goes into the lane besides Tide is dead, unless we have kind of fodder rushing a Yule Scepter, which in this game, when you know a Brood is going for the fast Orchid, it's not too bad to have in this situation. You need to counteract it, and then it's just going to be very hard for anybody to stay in the lane. So you could see maybe Liquid just going somewhere else, letting them have the tier 1 tower top to the Brood, but they're going to try and win a team fight or pressure the other lanes here. And so far, they're pressuring mid right now. You already have Yol in the mid lane. And, well, Armin just sitting behind the tower too. He has 1 point saved up. Maybe they might need the Mildic eventually to kill someone off. But these timings on the supports definitely is hurting right now. They need to get level 6. And because we saw that dual lane coming out from Liquid, yeah, it's just pushing up Kuroki to his level 6 momentarily, and they just got away with murder from the laning stage.
They really did. But this is something which I think I've said like 2 or 3 times, because we are getting to the point now where it's kind of stating the obvious. Liquid just got more out of everything. Like, okay, yeah, the Broodmother and the Tornado remain on par, but that Liquid doesn't care about that, because the Broodmother's aggression cannot equal that of Liquid's. You've got an army of Treants, you've got a healing ward behind you, you've actually got a ways where you can do significant damage to towers. The Brood will eventually build this up, but it's not really there. And Liquid forced the team fights out, so if Exorcism was ever going to be used, which currently, like, Death Prophet didn't even skill up, because it's not normal build at the moment, because you go for the 4-0-4 first. But Roxkiss is going to kind of miss out on their timing, because Liquid will just force the team fight. You come in with a mech'd up Ravage. That's what Tide goes for. I'm wondering if it's even worthwhile for Mind Control to go in for that Blink Dagger build. So you get the instant jump, you take out a huge team fight, Liquid then take tower after tower after tower, and the Broodmother just realizes that her entire team is just so poor compared to herself. That may just be the focus right now from Liquid.
Yeah, when you get these free farming situations on mid.
Yeah, Kuro actually backed up at the perfect time. BZZ was just about to get in range for a Soul Siphon. Sunstrike's on its way, but it's mere intimidation only.
Still, bottom lane though, a lot of pressure put on the tower. He didn't put it in deny range, so Tron doing really good for himself and just backing out, knowing that Liquid were rotating down. So they have another crack at this tower if they want to go for it. Liquid are prepared though.
Yeah, this would be a lot easier if that Juggernaut was level 6.
Dire's top tower.
And he had mana. He's got no mana now.
Yeah, it's because he used his healing ward. Yeah, that's a problem. He'll need to find a solution to that pretty quickly.
I mean, he's just so poor right now. Tell me, man. His only objective this game was to get levels in the offlane, though, so he's done a relatively good job. Almost level 6 at 8 minutes if Jirax wasn't stealing all the EXP here.
Is under attack.
They're ready to go for mid. Kuro's going to walk straight into it. Call down, charge, rocket barrage. Simplest kill ever. It's during those rare moments in the early game when Nature's Prophet actually walks to locations before he has to fall levels up in TP.
He went to Sage's Mass, so that's flagging to me. No drums on the Nature's Prophet, and then a fast Orchid for him. Or he could be going for an Urn still. Well, yeah, Urn is decent in the situation when you're going to be fighting constantly mid lane. A lot of pressure being put on here from BZZ.
Kuro's waiting to the very last moments to... Okay, that's just nice. The Cold Snap timing with the Sunstrike prep beforehand onto Yol. And Kuro just makes sure he stays where he is with a quick sprout. But yeah, the normal build for the Prophet, like even when you get the phase boots, you're going for something more like that early hand of Midas.
Bottom tower has
That has
fallen.
been for a lot of the core roles, but even when you're into the jungle, you can do something like that.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of the drums into Midas where they just take down all the tier 1 towers and then they go back for the late game situation where they're like, oh, well, we know we can stall the game out. We're going to get Roche pretty soon, and then we're still going to be able to fight around my Midas. So it's definitely worth it to get the Midas and then ensure your later game stage. Then you'll have like 4 cores in this situation. A tied late game with, Refresher is insanely good in these situations against the Death Prophet here. The only thing that's going to hurt him is if he gets silenced as he blinks in, but
And this is just... That timing's there, man. The mech is done for the Tidehunter. Even when he's got the Greaves up, then you've got to you got a way to dispel that Orchid, if that's what the Broodmother tries to do to stop the Ravage. Kuro's being currently hunted. He does. He sprouts. He'll see Ghostic. DOTA's gonna start with the Fortune's End, so they will lock Ghostix in position. And the Sunstrike hits perfectly with a follow-up Anchor Smash. Even the spiders were there to help feed more gold into that Tidehunter, but Spirit Breaker did kill off Kuro in the meantime. So it is a 1-for-1 trade-off, but the Brood worth just a little bit more.
oh yeah, completely. Killing the Brood there for your Nature's Prophet 4 position is worth it in the end, and all those Spiderlings did get fed over, like you said, and then no Ravage wasted. So Matama or Mind Control is just doing his own little thing here, and with the Brood dead, that's a lot of pressure gone from the map. That's the biggest thing. It's like when you have an anti-mage down, you're able to do these aggressive plays here. You need to be very careful, Yol.
Liquid just smoked underneath an Observer. They go for the Omni Slash. 2 of them ended up hitting over on Tron. Sunstrike's coming in too, but RMN standing right on top of him. And Matamaman, he needs more damage. He's got 1 charges available. He's trying to make the most out of the time that Fortune's End gave him from
Dyer's
Jirax.
bottom tower is under attack.
But it just wasn't enough at the end of the day.
Radiant's middle tower
So
is
he'll
Got a good
he'll go
charge
down.
here. Jirax is toast, buddy. Nice seeing you. Did they get the deny? No, they didn't even get the deny on the bottom tower here.
Radiant's top tower
So that's
is
working
under
out really good for Rox Kiss.
Team Liquid, this is... They're losing control of this. They've had control with experience since the start of the game. But this group up just hasn't happened. Like, the mech's been on for the Tidehunter, but there's been no opportunities to use it. Rox, instead of being the aggressors, catching Liquid before they're grouped up and ready to go.
This could be a situation where Mind Control is... deny! No! The Spiderlings deny on tower.
They have a crack
This
at him.
Orchid's going to be pretty useless. It should pop out here, yeah, there we are.
You've still got mech, you've still got Ravage, you've still got 1 charges, and in fact Mind Control commits. The Sunstrike's right on top of Tron. So he'll go down, Yol will TP in, bumping Kuro a little bit further out of the way, as Ghostix deciding if he wants to come in and try and help the fight. At this point, you question if he should. He Orchids onto Jirax. They have the Sentry Ward down, hence they saw Ghostix for a little bit, and he's also dusted up, so it'll end up being 3 heroes lost from Rox. They get rid of all the remaining spiders as Mind Control just Anchor Smashes them down once. But this is so much money being flooded into Liquid's bank accounts. The Tide now has almost 1.5k extra net worth than the Gyrocops does.
Yeah, it's just Liquid out-rotating their opponents. I mean, Nature's Prophet can be anywhere. Obviously, Fada's adding a huge Sunstrike into every team fight. Easy kills here and there, and then... I mean, that's just what Rox want to do. They want to split up the map and get pickoffs wherever they can with the Brood Orchid and the Spirit Breaker charge, but it's just not really working out for them because Liquid have just been rotating really nicely. And they're trying to go for the tankiest hero. It's like, well, let's go on the Viper. Oh wait.
Radiant's
Well,
middle
he can
tower
just
is
mech
under
and...
attack.
Well, this time he had the Tide going in.
Are fortified.
Yep. They charge themselves forward. BZZ's already dropped pretty low, Fada. What a perfect time for the Yule Scepter. It only just flew on the courier. The mech charge, however, as well as the Yule's dodge, will not be enough to keep him alive. But you call it out happening
Radiant's
when
middle tower has been
Oracle
denied.
kills off the Broodmother.
Dyer's middle tower
So
is
she
under
dies
attack.
again on the top lane.
Dyer's structures are
That was an
fortified.
Omni Smash wasted too. Not wasted, well used from Matama Man. It's like he's transitioned this game into the off lane situation and they're still hunting the Brood. Really well played. And all the dust have been on point from Tornado.Rox this game. And as well as that, that was a Sentry Ward that time, but they keep finding the Brood every single time. What is the score? 0-3. So the biggest thing is, normally you see Broods go 0-3 in the game, but that's at the beginning of the game, the first 5 minutes, so he can get levels. But he's been dying in the last 5 minutes. So him having a presence on the map is just non-existent right now.
But it's been when you've watched the Brood getting a little bit more aggressive, like Ghostix gets the Orchid, he tries to come into the fights, or he tries to find openings or create openings, and then Liquid just rebuttal him so quickly. Like, their lineup is just too good for counter initiation. And now they're going to force Rox's hand. Exorcism is still down for a minute, and Team Liquid will move into the Roche Pit to try and take it out.
Yep. Really good timing around the 15-minute mark. They even have a medallion. So instead of going Earn or in Orchid, he went for a medallion here just to help out for the Roche. And I'm trying to think if he upgrades it, will it be worth it here in this situation?
You mean like something into a Solar Crest, or?
Yeah, Solar Crest. So
in this game, I'd still like to see him get some kind of extra clearance. Like something like even just a casual Maelstrom. Like, I know Mind Control's been having a great time with all the Spiderlings. Like, because of that, he's up to 128 CS. Like, he's been fed quite a fair amount of spiders.
And speaking of Mind Control, Orchid it up. That's still. Oh, you can't take down the beast, man. You need more than just two.
What do they even do once he picks up something like Greaves?
I don't even think you need even Greaves in this situation. Just get something even more tanky. If they had a Crimson Guard on their team right now, they would be impossible to kill on Liquid. Like, that is the perfect item this game for dealing with Gyrocopter, the physical damage coming in from the Broodlings, Spirit Breaker, as well as the Death Ward. I think it's just a really good item all around here. But I don't think anybody else can pick it up besides Mind Control.
You've got 2 drums completed. One's on the Juggernaut, the other one's over on the Nature's Prophet. So that was Kuro's next item. A lot of early game items. Mind Control being attacked again. Orchided being controlled. Fada going to get the perfect Cold Snap Sunstrike combo. Combining it up with that Cold Snap. They do the work. You'll set her up by Fada. Moves him far enough away from RMN, who gets hit by the Ravage. He was trying to bail out of it and just TP himself home. And he won't make it. Neither will Ghostix. Another 3 heroes
Purifying Flames there at the last second. Oh, man. And then on the clip there of the Tide Ravage, too. Everything's falling apart from Rock's Kiss. This is probably the least... I don't want to say... This is probably the lane you do not want to go to at times. Especially when it's a Tide. You have to bring in all 5 heroes to really do it. And then this time, Liquid baited it out where they're having all their heroes finally TPing in and then helping out. They keep on trying to put pressure in this lane, but they've been burned this time as well as the last time. And then Yo's dead again here. Are they going to fight this?
It looks like it. BZZ, he's going to commit the Exorcism. The cooldown hits quite nicely on Team Liquid, but Oracle going to test himself. Matama trying to get himself out of the creep wave. He was blocked up for so damn long. Hilarious thing is his Spirit Breaker actually ends up dying here. Prophet will join him and Matamaman, okay, he's got nothing to really give. Locked inside the trees, nowhere to go. But the tier 2 tower is still taken on the top lane by the Prophet. And Liquid trade 2 for 1.
Huge charge coming in there, as well as the call down. Really setting up that team fight, as well as the silence. So Rocktis had a really good opportunity with their big, huge AoE ultis because Liquid were so clumped up. But it was really funny, right? Oracle just false promised himself, and then everybody stopped attacking him, and then he just lived. But still, at the end of the day, they got so much space. Are you going to die here, Mind Control, for the first time? I don't think so.
Not when they keep giving him all the spiders. The charge is on the way, but the rest of Liquid are about to respawn. So if Rox do want to initiate here, yes, there's no Ravage, but there's so many other things that could go wrong. And they hit into Ghostix, so he can't get himself down the cliffside anymore. This is a 0 for 5 Broodmother. This is most definitely not the dream.
Yep. When you have a 10-minute Orchid into a 20-minute Treads, it's a state of the game. Got a Coconut in the bottom lane.
Yeah, with a Death Ward combined as well. Kuro won't be able to run himself out. Not when Yol punches him back, but okay, take it back. Kuro's got so much life on him, and now with the Omni Slash, it's a guaranteed kill onto RMN.
Man, this medallion just did so much work there, as well as the jumps pickup, giving him so much more life. It's that +7 armor against the Death Ward. It's kind of invaluable if you think about it in the situations, but well, we got top lane pushed in by Mind Control. We got bottom lane, just a disaster. Okay, top lane, Mind Control is all alone. If they can get everybody here.
He's already triggered the Greaves as well, but Yol doesn't have his Nether Strike. He used it on the bottom lane fight. And Prophet's now going to try and turn into this one. There's still not enough mana for a Ravage, which, well, Mind Control would love to use. Kuro, well, he instantly regretted helping out his teammate. A blink away, there's still no Greaves available for now. He's got 6-1 charges, but okay, they're going to use him up. Then Rocket Barrage, body blocking with a Spider, and he just TPs himself away almost in time. Jaro will get the last hit in.
Bashed him. What? Come on. I don't know if he had charged necessarily up, but first hit bash, are you kidding me?
Just sometimes you're lucky.
Dire's top tower is
It's
under
like
attack.
the PA that just, you know, uses the first
Dire's top
stifling
tower
dagger
has
with
fallen.
the basher, and you just get stunned, and then you get gone on, and then you're just dead because she crits you for like 1,000,000.
I'm sensing some salt.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of salt.
Movement coming down from Liquid. Quite certain they want to go that deep. Well, you got your answer from Kuro. If Solar Crest was worth it, he says yes. As he finishes that one up. There's also so much money over on Fada. Sitting on 2.3k at the moment. So he'll just go directly into these boots. But running the Midas, the Yule Scepter, the Blink Dagger. This Prophet's just so maneuverable now. I mean, this Invoker's so maneuverable now. He can just chase down with each Prophet, summon a couple of treants, and you just join the rest of the team.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is
Radiant's bottom
they don't
tower
really
is
have
under
this
attack.
huge like carry that can sit on the front lines right now, but it's Mind Control. You just put the Solar Crest on him, and he can be the frontliner. And if they even try to go on him, like you said, if they orchid him and then focus somebody else, he can just use his Greaves and then Ravage. So they're having a very hard very hard time of bursting down anyone. And then the Solar Crest is perfect for the Death Ward, for her helping out in that situation.
Are they going to see him?
As well as talked about, they're gonna find him. Yep.
I was waiting for the Sunstrike over on Tron, who almost died from just doing the Ancient stack, but it's Yol who charged himself out a very long way. The Wrath of Nature bounces through.
Dire's
RMN
top
able to
tower
survive.
is under attack.
He was the one that
Radiant's
copped the
bottom
Fada combination
tower is
early
under
on.
attack.
But Liquid are forcing things. They're going to push into
I'm
that bottom
very
lane. They're not
surprised.
fully going for this, though, because Mind Control's still up on top. He
They just TP'd.
is not here for it.
That was really weird for me, for Mind Control, him TPing top.
There may be a little bit of indecision as well, like if they really wanted to go. Okay,
Yep.
the top lane was being pressured, and you probably have to keep in mind too that Liquid do not want to allow Brewmother to take out that tier 2 tower on the top lane, because that gives him access. It gives him way too much access to the tier 3 tower and potential like trade fights then from Liquid, like racks for racks kind of thing.
Yeah, those situations can occur, and I can understand that he doesn't want to allow the Brew just keeps pushing. But they were already at the high ground, and then there was only like 4 or 5 spiders, and then Brood was already starting to backing off because Ghostic probably realized, hey, I need to actually get back because our tier 3 is at half HP. So it was really weird for me because they had Ravage up still, and they have False Promise.
Radiant's middle
I just
tower
don't know how you
Oh,
kill any of these
Fada.
heroes as well. Ghostic finally, they catch him
They
again.
actually found him. Like, they put the Observer and Sentry Ward down, and when he blinked and TP'd like that, he revealed his position. And Fada was very
Radiant's
quick on the
middle
cold
tower
snap.
is under attack.
And Rox need to get some kind of revenge.
Dire's
At least they
bottom
can see
tower
Kuro
is
now.
under attack.
Yol's got the end of a haster. It's not going to stop him from charging in that point blank range. Into the Nether Strike and cooldown, so Kuro will end up dying here. But the trade-off is you've lost your Broodmother on top, and you take you lose your tier 2 tower in mid.
He even has buyback. He can be a part of this team fight if he really wants. Oh, nice silence though.
Yeah, but the Greaves break free into the follow-up Ravage. They take down one with the Anchor Smashes. Tron's almost dead, and with the blink forward, Mind Control.
Oh, the nice
That BKB was still up, however, so the immunity was there. The paralyzing cast from Iron Man will keep Mind Control and Matumbaman stuck underneath that tier 3 tower. Looks like on bottom lane too, Yol's going to get caught out by Fada and Durax. And Kuro will rejoin this push in 16 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, there you go. Nice times Ravage. Obviously the Greaves taking off the silence, and they're just going for more. Tron has no BKB. Now he's just dead here. And that Sunstrike was way off. That's, oh, Mind Control. Nice
the Sunstrike looked good if they didn't have as much control over on the Gyro as they thought they did. And
sometimes you make
still
that
walked
play.
into it.
You're like, oh, we don't. He's gonna be there. Oh wait, we have him stun locked.
Yeah. Therma bashes galore. Right now, Team Liquid taking out the melee ranks. Cooldown's on its way, but blink out. They bail quite nicely with the 4 staffs. Now the ice wall. It's difficult for any kind of real engagement. Yol just gets.
They have no
hit.
exorcism.
They don't.
He's dead.
He's too far out. The Yules went out. BZZ down again. And with a blink forward from Mind Control, they just keep going with the Anchor Smashes. You sprout up Tron. So Tron's going to pop as well. He BKBs now, but he's down to 70 HP. 4-star forward. The damage is there from the basic attack from the Invoker. And they may even just call this. In fact, yes, they will. Liquid are rampaging through the Rox Kiss base. And they will take game number 1. A much-needed one, and this leaves Liquid 1 game victory short of drawing up the number 1 position up against Team Empire and guaranteeing themselves a tiebreaker. There's no one else that can contest it if they can win the next game.
It's just, you pick a Spear Breaker and then you only get that 1 kill on the bottom lane, which is really good for shutting down Matumbaman early on, but he was already prepared to be the sacrificial lamb this game. He was just like, all right, I'm just going to get my spins off, my ulti, and then obviously my huge stance from the healing ward, and I'm just going to do my own thing while Mind Control is going to carry me in this game, as well as Fada. They didn't put any pressure on him in the mid lane with the Spear Breaker as well as the DP combo, and I think that's the biggest problem when you're letting Fada get away with all these free farming heroes. And Invoker is one of the heroes that you can punish heavily in the mid lane, and they didn't do it this game. Ghostic, we talked about it a lot already. 0-6. You can't do that on Broodmother and expect to win.
Yeah, it's a rough run so far for Rox, but game 2 coming up shortly, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our last game of the night.